Have you ever noticed how some people speak and their words just flow like honey over warm toast, smooth, inviting, irresistible? And isn't it fascinating how the right phrase, softly placed, can dissolve resistance before it even forms? Let's explore this together, shall we? Because language isn't just about words, it's about energy. And when you soften that energy, something remarkable happens. Doors open, walls fall, and minds become receptive. Imagine two voices, one sharp as a command, the other warm as a suggestion. Which one would you follow? Of course the latter, because the brain is wired to resist force, but lean into curiosity. Softening bypasses the critical mind, whispering directly to the subconscious. This is safe, this is easy, this is already yours. Neurologically gentle, it triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, calming, inviting, unthreatening. So I well placed, perhaps, can do what a must never will. How to soften? You might find versus you will find. Could we explore versus we need to talk? I wonder if versus you should. Notice how these phrases invite rather than demand, like a hand extended, not a finger pointed. The art of the hypothetical. If you were to try this, what do you imagine might happen? Some people noticed that when they softly experiment with this, hypotheticals that create psychological distance, making ideas feel lighter, safer, like trying on a coat before buying it. The power of pacing and leading. I know you're skeptical, and that's perfectly normal, and yet, isn't it interesting how sometimes the gentlest ideas take root the deepest? Here you pace the reality, the skeptical, then lead with the softened suggestion, gentle ideas. Embedded commands, whispered just so. You can begin to relax into this idea, naturally, effortlessly. This is where your tone dips, lingers, a subconscious nudge. The just and only trick, just a thought, only if it feels right. These words minimize perceived pressure, like a shrug that says, no big deal, but what if it works? Why this matters? Softening isn't weakness, it's precision. Think of a surgeon's scalpel versus a butcher's cleaver. Both cut, but one does so elegantly, leaving no scar. In leadership, a softened suggestion. Might we consider? Build loyalty, where command breeds resentment. In love, I feel, opens hearts. You always slams doors. In persuasion, the phrase, would it be okay if, disarms objection before they're born. Your unconscious mastery, it's already happening. Ever notice how you naturally soften around children, or when you're nervous? Your intuition already knows this dance. Now we're just polishing the mirror. Try this next conversation. Let one phrase float out. Feather light. Maybe we could. I'm curious, what's your take on? And watch how the air shifts effortlessly, invisibly powerful. And isn't it fascinating how easy this can become second nature? Like a language you've always known but just forgot you knew. And the more you play with it, the more it plays with you, softly, surely, rewriting the rules of every room that you enter.